Hey guys, Jim Nix. Hope you're having a good day. Hello there, and thanks for joining me. I've got this image that I was working on, and I did some kind of different stuff, and I thought it was kind of cool, so I thought I'd make a video out of it. People seem to enjoy the workflow type videos, and so I thought I'd share this one. This is a chocolate shop in Paris that I shot on my recent trip there, and I just thought it was really cool looking. I was walking by, it was kind of near the apartment we rented, and I loved all the wood, and it sort of had a old-timey feel. You can see, this little old bicycle here. I love that, and it just looks kind of interesting. So I shot it. It was kind of late afternoon, so it was still pretty bright out, pretty light. Wasn't dark at all, unfortunately, so, as you can tell by the image. So we're going to change that. We're going to mix this up a little bit and have some fun. So this is the base image. The only thing I did so far is straighten it, which you can do right here with the crop tool. I've already done that, and that's the only change I've made. So first thing I'm going to do is start with the preset on this base layer. So I've got a bunch of presets I've been making based on this this trip, and I'm sorry, this is a little bit of a shameless plug here. But if you're interested in these presets, I have presets on my website already that I've built for Luminar and Aurora, but I've got a new pack built on this French trip, or this France trip, and it's coming hopefully soon in the next couple of weeks or so. This is one called Metro Musings, and basically this preset was just built to, I used on a few metro shots that I edited. The metro is the underground or the subway there in Paris. And it's kind of gritty and desaturated, and that's kind of the look here. I used it on this image because it sort of accentuated sort of the vintage feel, which I liked. I liked that about this this place. So that's what I'm doing on that. Now I'm going to go add a new layer and adjustment, and I'm going to do a little. I got to check my notes here. I'm going to do a little color temp and add a vignette. There we go. So it's a little too warm for my taste, so I'm going to cool it off a little bit and change the tint slightly as well. I like that kind of sort of a yellowy kind of vintage feel, but I don't want to overdo it. So I'm taking that down a little bit. And this, I'm going to slap the vignette on there. Let me see here. I got to look at my notes. Just don't want to get it just right. And roundness. Let's see here. Boom. Here we go. Something like that. Now, the thing is if you aren't familiar with filter masking, you can mask these filters in individually instead of doing layer mask. So I'm on layer 1, which has these two filters, color temp and vignette. I like the color temp. Vignette, I'm going to erase it from around that bicycle. It's coming on there a little bit, so I'm going to get the brush, and I'm going to click on vignette, and I'm going to opacity 100, and I'm going to go eraser, there we go, and left bracket key to shrink it, and I'm just going to color on here a little bit just to make sure the vignette isn't covering up this bicycle, because I think that bicycle is really cool, and I want to make sure it's not covered up. So you can kind of see here the vignette, right? I've kind of taken it out of there, and it wasn't real strong, but there's the vignette before, and there it is after. You can see it doesn't cover that now. So that's where we are. So I'm loving the photo the way it is, but when I was looking at it, I started realizing, I don't like some of this stuff around the edge. The bottom I don't mind so much, but the left and the top and the right, I just don't like it all. So I started adding layers, and here's a fun little trick I found. I'm going to just, I didn't find it. Let me get in hand mode. I'm going to get the gradient, and I'm just going to drop a gradient mask here. And then, kind of straight. I'm going to go get exposure and exposure. There we go. Boom. And I'm just going to drop the exposure here. Boom, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to drop this. It's got to make some adjustments and drop the exposure a little more, something like that. So once I got it looking the way I like it, I'm going to say apply. I'm going to go get a new layer, a new adjustment layer. I'm going to add exposure again, and I'm going to do another one of these guys. This time I'm going to do it from the left and come this way. Something like that. Let's see there, maybe like that, and drop the exposure. So basically I'm just going to do this around the edges. That's pretty good. Let me tighten that up a little bit. maybe something like that. I'm just basically trying to darken those edges so I can really focus your attention in on the center of the frame. Okay, got that one done. And again, I'm doing this kind of quickly so that you don't have to wait around while I'm doing that. What is that? Hold on. Cancel that. Okay. So that's my top. That's my left. Where's my left side? Hold on. Let me see. Where's the gradient? The gradient disappeared. Why did I lose my gradient? Oh, I didn't click apply. See, you got to click apply. Did I not click apply? I don't remember now. But anyway, let me just drop that. Yep, that was the issue. Sorry, people. Wasting your time. My apologies. There we go. That looks good. Apply. There we go. Now I've got that applied. Now I'm going to add a new layer. And once again, I'm going to get exposure. And I'm going to get the gradient. And I'm going to do that on this side. Something, I'm really twitchy here. There we go. Something like that. And drag the exposure to the left. Just darken in all these images. Hit apply. There we go. One more time. I'm going to do this for the bottom. And exposure. You can either grab the filter first and then go get the gradient, or you can do it the other way. It doesn't matter. I'm going to, I think I've done it both ways since you've been on this video here. And anyway, I set up my gradient and then go drag my exposure. And there we go. I think that looks pretty good. And boom, there's the image, all right? So let me show you where we started, because that's a big difference. Look at that. A daytime image that looks, you know, it's a cool place, but the image needs some work. There's too much dead space at the top. You know, those, excuse me, those straight lines, you know, across the top of here and across here. It just kind of dead, and it really needs to be either done in a panoramic mode or, you know, just to focus on sort of just the shop itself. But I don't do that kind of stuff. Or you need to sort of draw attention. So I chose to draw the attention in. That's the photo. That's really how I did it. That's just a sort of creative use of these gradient masks to basically convert this from a kind of a bright image to a darker one. Just want to draw the attention. For lack of a better word, I'm basically creating a vignette with 4 different gradient masks around the edge. But it's cool, right? I think it looks well. You know, it looks good to me. And let me show you one more time. There's the bright image. Needs some work, and it's kind of boring. And there's the after. So that's how I did it. Just something fun to do. And let me know if you have any questions. I appreciate you tuning in. I'll see you next time, my friends. Adios.